Good evening, Wheelersburg High School. I'm David Brown.
I'm Gavin, and welcome to Pirate News Weekly.
In the world this week, we learned that Disney Plus isn't as great as we had previously thought. Thousands of Disney Plus accounts have been stolen by hackers, and their private information is being sold on the dark web for as little as $3. Many customers say they saw their emails and passwords changed. Those were accounts were stolen. They claimed that they had user IDs and passwords, but led researchers at Cyber International Company investigating the issue, and it says that many of them were stolen because people were using same passwords for other sites. Please make sure to use different and strong passwords for anything you do on the web, because it will protect you from being an easy target for hackers. Now let's go to Gavin with the story on the Hong Kong protests.
Thank you, David. Protests in Hong Kong continue to rage on against the Extradition Law Amendment Bill, which would allow the Hong Kong government to take criminal fugitives from other countries that they don't have. Agreements with Taiwan and mainland China. Starting on Monday, 1,000 protesters began clashing with police and would go on throughout the day, with 80 protesters injured in the process. As Monday went into Tuesday, the majority of the protesters faced arrest. The central government of China condemned it, as almost half the protesters will be facing the Hong Kong judicial system in the next coming days.
You know, Gavin, that's really unfortunate. Luckily, here in America, we're protected from those things. In lighter, more local news, the Jingle Bell Ball will be in the cafeteria at Wheelersburg High School from 7 to 9 this Saturday. Tickets will be $8 in advance and $10 at the door. Any non-Wheelersburg student will need a dance form signed by their principal and turned into the high school office by 2:45 on Friday this week.
Next week is a very special week. It's the first week celebrated by the Pilgrims in October 1621 and established as a federal holiday by President Lincoln in November 1863. Thanksgiving. Wheelersburg will be having Wednesday the 27th to Friday the 29th off from school for this holiday.
We have exciting news for two particular Wheelersburg athletes. Congrats to Allie McQuay and Tanner Stevenson, of which both won Heisman Scholarship. Prerequisites for the Heisman included GPA of an average of 3.0, participate in a sport in grades 9, 10, 11, and be a leader in the school and or the community.
Now going over the sports news, Austin Collier has you covered.
Thank you, Gavin. Here's the latest in college and pro sports.
For the NFL, the Browns defeated the Steelers 21-7 at Pittsburgh. This was an interesting win because players Mason Rudolph and Myles Garrett fought each other late in the fourth quarter. Garrett received a year-long suspension while Rudolph received no punishment, causing controversy over who started the fight and who should be punished. However, both organizations were fined $250,000. In lighter news, Ohio State defeated Rutgers 56-21. Justin Fields, the quarterback for Ohio State, threw for a career-best 305 yards, including 4 touchdown passes. The team will be playing Penn State with Chase Young returning this Saturday. The quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson, has been a dual threat for passing and rushing and has been difficult to stop all season. He has a total of 6 rushing touchdowns and 2,258 gained yards. In addition, Tua Tagovailoa, the quarterback for Alabama, has dislocated his hip while playing against Mississippi State and will result in him sitting out for the rest of the season.
In NCAA soccer, the Marshall University men's soccer team is seated at number 11 and will host West Virginia in the second round of the NCAA tournament. If you wanted to go watch it, you're out of luck. Tickets are sold out. The game can be viewed on ESPN3. Now for local sports with Ryan Bishop.
Thanks, Austin. The Wheelersburg Pirate football team finished the season last Saturday against Ridgewood in a heartbreaking defeat of 42-17. Now let's go to Gavin with the game recap.
Thanks, Ryan. The Pirates traveled up to Lancaster to face off against the Ridgewood Generals in this year's second-round matchup of the football playoffs. They knew they had a tough challenge coming in facing the undefeated Ridgewood Generals, but they were ready for it as there was a lot of energy in the crowd going into it. First drive of the game, the Generals came out hot. The quarterback was able to find his men all across the field, and he also made some good yardage running the football as he was able to elude many Pirate tacklers. This play here set up good position near midfield, where the Generals quarterback would then drop back and find his man deep over the middle of the field to break open the scoring 7-0 as the Generals would hop out to an early lead. But the Pirates would be quick to respond to this touchdown, as on the kickoff, senior Micaiah Matthews looked to gain ground back early, taking the kickback almost to his own 30-yard line to set the Pirates up in prime position to score either with the leg of Braxton Salmons or put it in the end zone. The Pirate offense came out on the field and tried to do what they could to set up a good position to score, but they were stuffed out quite a bit by the General defense. Senior quarterback Evan Horsley had quite a few carries on this drive, but wasn't able to create much due to the swarming defense, which set up a short field goal for Braxton Salmons to put through, making the score 7-3 Ridgewood. Very next drive, Ridgewood quickly got down the field and were able to make quick work of the Pirate defense and find the end zone again. They gave it to number 9 here and got to the outside to put in another score on the board to go up 14-3. The Pirate offense would come out once again. While there were big plays for them, they weren't able to really create much, and their offense would stall out as we head into the second quarter. This pass here by Evan Horsley, trying to make something happen down big, was unfortunately picked off, letting the Generals come out on offense again. However, the Pirate defense was determined to get a stop here, as with the combination of a holding penalty and a sack there by senior Brady Warner, the Pirates seemed like they had the Generals against the wall. But the Generals were able to escape out of this with a huge pass, nearly 75 yards down the field, to put them in another great scoring position. Generals once again capitalized on this with a QB sneak up the middle to make it 21-3 Generals over Pirates. The Pirate offense would come out once again making some good ground, pushing down the field, but it would once again stall out, resulting in a turnover on downs. The Generals would come back out in the field, and they would do what they've done all game and just consistently move the ball up the field. Whether it be on the ground with their quarterback or through the air, such as this play that got them in the end zone for the 4th time in the first half, putting them up 28-3. But the Pirates would come out just before halftime. The Pirates would come out just after halftime and make some good ground trying to put any points on the board. And senior quarterback Evan Horsley and other seniors like Hunter Ruby and Micaiah Matthews contributed to this drive so the Pirates could do something about this big deficit they face. On this play, the Pirates would find the end zone for the first time as senior quarterback Evan Horsley pushed out and tried to make the deficit a little smaller, but it was of no use, as after a couple more drives with trading scores, the Pirates would end up falling to the Ridgewood Generals 42-17. Coach Woodward will talk a little bit about the senior class that he saw play their last game.
Well, the senior class has faced a number of challenges throughout this year and continued to battle each week they came out. And what a lot of people, they see the Friday nights, but as coaching staff, we see what's put in on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and throughout the week. And, our theme this year, Respect the W, was respect the way the game's played here at Wheelersburg, and our seniors have embodied that and represented that and really taught a lot to our younger class.
Congratulations to the Pirates on a great season, and now I'll send it back to the studio with your sports reporter Ryan Bishop. Ryan?
Thank you, Gavin. They finished the season with an 8-4 record. They would go 5-0 in the SOC with their 6th straight conference title. In other news, there will be an upcoming indoor track and field meeting. The date is to be determined as of now. That's all for us over here. Now let's go to Chase with the weather.
Thank you, Ryan. For this week, we'll be having rain on Friday and Saturday. We're going to be in the mid 40s for the entire week with a high of 51 on Friday. For next week, we'll be in the 50s with a high of 57 on Tuesday, and it's mainly just going to be cloudy all week. And that is about it for the weather, and here's Emily with this week's highlights.
The Wheelersburg Marching Band has been working very hard this year and just finished off their football season. Here is Holly and Bundy, a member of the band, and her experience with football games.
They were fun. It was really fun to watch everybody get together and scream about our team winning, and I don't know. It was very nice to support our team.
Here is the Wheelersburg Marching Band performing the fight song. Also this year, a new band director, Mallory Scaife, has been working with the band, and they have made great strides in perfecting their show. Band member Holly and Bundy shared her thoughts about this as well.
We've definitely improved over just a short period of time, and I can really see it going together a lot more in the future. This is my first year of marching band. I can't tell you exactly how that compared to other years, but I will say that we did make a lot of improvement just in the few months that we've been doing it.
Even though football season has ended, the band along with the color guard is looking forward to performing for basketball games and is always working hard to better themselves. Thank you to the Wheelersburg Marching Band for their incredible work and for supporting our sports teams. Go Berg!
We had you guys vote on a poll last week, and here are the results. Social media came in on top, with technology second and school being third, and nicotine taking fourth place. With other honorable mentions, there's Life 360, snakes, toilets, Crocs, participation trophies, and socialism.
Now for the new question of the week. What is the dumbest way you've been injured?
Check your school email for the Google form to submit your answer, and we'll choose our favorite answers and feature it in next week's show.
Thank you for tuning in this week. I'm David.
And I'm Gavin.
And this has been Pirate News Weekly.